Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a little bit of a different video for you today, as one Nick Shabazz has warned many a times and people tend not to listen. I may be getting into watches. Now, this was sent along by DIY Watch Club, so thank you for them for providing this review sample to work with. They've not provided any financial compensation, they do not get any early access to the video, nor have they had any input into the video itself. This will be my true experience and eventually my thoughts on the process and product. But nonetheless, this is an expensive product I did not pay for, and I will do my best to keep that into consideration. This video will be divided into portions. This will be quite ambitious for me. I don't normally edit videos like this, but this first portion will be an overview looking at what you get in the kit. Then we will go through the building process and then an overview at the end showing the finished watch, and then I'll do a separate video with my final thoughts on the process. So first of all, when you receive your DIY Watch Club, you are going to get a bubble envelope, which is what I got. And then inside is this box, and then inside this is various other things that is going to hit the camera, isn't it? Working with large objects on a tabletop system is not great. So we have a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to take them out and show you bit by bit. But we do have a nice little entry thing here, just welcoming you to the product, printed signature, just nice little bits. So first is the component pack and its shiny shininess, and I have taken a quick look at this, which is why everything's a little askew. So we actually, I'll say what the exact model of it is when I look at the documentation again. But my understanding was that the option I chose of the two I was presented with is themed more around modding and making one watch very versatile. So I actually have three different strap options: a rubberized diver strap, a leather strap, and then a canvas strap, and they all use this quick bar system, which you're probably familiar with from smartwatches, so you don't need to fuss around with a spring bar tool. And we have the case, the movement. I actually was offered a engraving, which is a service that you can pay for. I took them up on that offer, so I actually have a rotor, which is the weight that swings back and forth in the back of the watch, that is actually engraved with the channel name. So this is an extra piece that you will not get unless you ask for an engraving. You basically end up with an additional rotor. You can see there's already one in here. And then I will at some point have to swap that out with the engraved one, which I did not realize I was making the process more daunting. But there are multiple bezel colors to choose from, as well as multiple bezels to put them on. Hands and whatnot, basically everything you need for the watch is in here. But then we also have additional bits. So first of all, here we have a nice little screwdriver. You can see it's engraved with DIY Watch Club. It's got a nice little D emblem on the back. And this is just a flat head of a particular size. And this is not included by standard. This is part of the additional engraved rotor. I'll need this to remove the rotor from the back of the mechanism at some point during the process to replace with the engraved one. And this is, I believe, I asked specifically for this tool because I saw that it was added, and after seeing friend of the channel, Jeremy over at Surviving the Daily, had a little bit of an issue when he did one of these videos, I thought, yes, I will take this. This is a second-hand placement tool. This is to help you place the second hand on the face without bending it or damaging it, because it is meant to be a little bit of a delicate task that requires a lot of precision, and I am not the most delicate of people when it comes to that regard. So I'll take all the help that I can get. I think that might be something that you have to pay for separately. And then you get this little booklet. So, you know, welcome code. And then the QR code so that you can go ahead and find the tutorials. But you might be wondering, well, this seems like a very intensive process. What, are we just going to break out this Sami knife? How are we doing this? No, they actually do provide a full toolkit as well. DIY Watch Club toolkit. Now, up in the lid here, we actually have this leather pad to be working on, which is quite nice. Slide that back in there. And then we have a variety of things that I have not looked at any of the literature, so I'm just going to be absolutely guessing what a lot of this is. I know this one. This is a phone stand that they've included so that you can place your phone in a holder. I'll be using my tablet probably because I will be recording this process on my phone. You get a nice little squeeze acted air duster, which is branded, which is quite nice. This is a eye loop, I guess. Seems like a magnifier. And then we have a screwdriver, a variety of tools that I don't particularly know what they're for, but I'm sure I will come to learn. This looks like a spudger tool kind of on steroids. I want to guess that this is a hand placement tool because we have somewhat hollow-ended tubes with different colors indicating different sizes, I'm assuming. A pair of electric static proof tweezers. I actually have some of these in a tech kit as well, so I'm somewhat familiar with these at the very least. And a wooden spudger. And then we also have this little, I'm assuming this is to hold something, I don't know. In the corner we have a whole bunch of finger cots, or as a lot of people call them, finger condoms. These are basically just glove fingers so that you only need to cover what you need to work. A microfiber cloth, a dial protector, and what kind of looks like a tiny bit of eraser, which I'm sure will come in handy. So again, this is the toolkit that is included, and whatever this thing is. Case holder, maybe? Do these work together? No? Well, we'll find out, because I look like an idiot right now. So again, this is the overview portion. We will be cutting into probably a time lapse of the build, and then we'll go over the final product. Hopefully I do not mess anything up. Okay, so I just finished about like an hour and a half-ish installation process. I can finally take these guys off because just my goodness. That is, yeah, it's not great. So I would say overall, the hands are definitely the most finicky. There were a few moments where the second hand kind of just pinged away from me, which was very, very stressful. Trying to find a delicate little hand did not sound appealing, but it luckily landed over here. Very, again, time consuming to do it properly. Very nerve-wracking as somebody that has done it for the first time. But this is the finished product. I think I will be maining the green bezel personally, but I did go ahead and construct the other bezels as well. And yeah, this was, again, a little stressful because you are able to damage the watch itself. And aligning these little arrows exactly with the indices, that was, you know, that was also a little sorry, my brain is mush. This clip is only like a minute. I've been doing this now for like 2 hours, so my brain is not here. But I think I did a fairly good job overall of lining up. I'm aware that nothing is perfectly lined up. This is why I don't do Gunpla, because aligning stickers and things is not really my forte. But let's go ahead and throw that on the wrist for the first time. I am right-handed, however, I do wear watches on my right hand because I'm blasphemous like that. And there we go. Now these straps are fairly short. I will say, like, again, I'm a large guy, bigger wrists, but although my wrist may be swollen at the moment, this is nearly at the last hole. Overall, I would say that this is a fairly good size for my wrist. And you do have the option of fairly easily changing things out. So let's put this here. Like I said, you get these other options for bands. And now that I've gone through and I've installed these a couple times, removing and swapping out the bezel actually doesn't seem that daunting of a process. So I'll probably swap between these fairly often as well. So, final impressions from the build itself. Very, very time consuming, nerve-wracking, but doable. It is definitely doable. I did not need to be as nervous as I was. Again, you just really need to be careful with the hands themselves, and then just aligning these, and then other times it's just go slow, take your time, and you'll get there. So that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys will follow me along in my next video for the review and overall thoughts. Thanks for checking this out. I appreciate a like and subscribe because I like to think in this video I earned it. And I will see you in the next video. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think about this and if you've built your own watch as well. Bye now.